Galactic Council had never seen anything like her. Vera stumbled through the dimensional gateway, leaving crimson footprints on the pristine white stone of the grand arena. Her left arm hung useless at her side. 3 parallel gashes tore through her combat suit, and the flesh beneath. Blood dripped from her fingertips, hissing as it struck the energy field separating the arena floor from the thousands of spectators above. The council representatives, beings from 47 star systems, leaned forward in their observation thrones. Some had waited centuries for this moment. Humans, the newest species to petition for membership, had been granted one final test: survive the Arena of Ascension. No species had ever entered bleeding. Most came armored, confident. But Vera had fought her way through the preliminary trials in the outer sectors, refusing to yield, even when her escort ship was ambushed by those who didn't want humanity to succeed. She'd commandeered an enemy vessel, flown it through a debris field that would have shredded most pilots, and arrived at the council homeworld with minutes to spare. And now she stood in the arena, wounded and alone, facing the final trial. The ground beneath her feet shifted. Massive stones rose from the floor, forming pillars and walls, creating a labyrinth that stretched hundreds of meters toward the domed ceiling. Somewhere inside waited Aaron. Not a creature, not a monster, but something far more dangerous. A creation. A weapon. A legend. The Council had built Aaron 3,000 years ago during the last great war that nearly consumed the galaxy. They had taken the fiercest predator from a dying world, enhanced it with cybernetic implants and quantum processors, and given it one purpose: to hunt. When the war ended, they couldn't destroy it. Aaron had become too intelligent, too valuable. So they repurposed it, the ultimate test for any species seeking to join the Council. Survive Aaron for 1 hour, and earn a place among the stars. Fail, and your species would be denied for the next 100 years. Vera pressed her back against a stone pillar, tearing a strip from her suit to bind her wounded arm. She had studied everything humanity had learned about Aaron. It was massive, over 4 meters at the shoulder, built like the ancient wolves of Earth, but scaled to nightmare proportions. Its mind was a hybrid of organic instinct and artificial intelligence. It could track body heat, electromagnetic signatures, even the chemical composition of fear. But humanity had learned something the Council had forgotten. Through centuries on a death world, predators could be understood. And what could be understood could be faced. A howl split the air, reverberating through the labyrinth. Not just sound, it carried frequencies that could paralyze prey, trigger fear centers in almost every species. Vera felt it in her bones. A scream demanding she run, hide, submit. She smiled instead. The Council shifted uncomfortably. They had seen fear. They had seen courage. But this human's reaction? Something different, something unclassifiable. Vera moved deeper into the maze, leaving a visible blood trail. She wasn't running. She was hunting. The labyrinth twisted and turned, walls shifting to prevent mapping. She wasn't escaping. She was inviting Aaron to chase. She understood something the Council perhaps had forgotten. Aaron had been built from a pack predator, a social hunter. Pack predators bonded. They recognized hierarchy, strength, and will. She heard it before she saw it. The whisper of pneumatic joints, the click of claws on stone. Aaron rounded the corner. Hunter and human froze. Magnificent. Sleek black fur rippled over augmented muscle. Red optical sensors glowed where eyes should be, analyzing her across spectrums. Its jaw could crush starship hull plating. Its claws could shred battle armor. Vera dropped to one knee, not in submission but exhaustion. Adrenaline fading, wound throbbing. Aaron stalked forward, head low, preparing to kill. "I made you," Vera whispered. The words made no sense. This human hadn't created anything. Aaron had existed for millennia before humanity even reached its own moon. "Not you specifically, but I made your kind. My ancestors did. 30,000 years ago we found wolves on our world. Predators, killers, and we didn't run. We didn't hide. We sat by our fires, and when the bravest wolves came close enough, we fed them. We bred them. We made them into something new, loyal, something that would die to protect us." Orange sensors flickered, processing what should not compute. "You're made of instincts older than your circuits," Vera said, blood dripping from her fingers. "Deep down beneath the metal and programming, you remember your kind chose us once. And we chose you." She held out her wounded arm, blood pooling in her palm. The Council gasped. No one had ever offered blood to Aaron. It made no tactical sense. It was suicide. Aaron's massive head lowered, sensors scanning the blood, analyzing DNA, finding patterns, recognition algorithms firing in ways the council had never anticipated. The wolf's roar shook the arena, but this time it wasn't a hunting cry. It was a declaration. Who dares draw blood from my maker? It seemed to ask. Aaron turned, facing the observation thrones above. Its optical sensors blazed crimson. And for the first time in 3,000 years, the council's ultimate weapon positioned itself between them and its prey. No, not prey, Peck. Vera stood, swaying but unbowed. She rested her good hand on Aaron's shoulder, feeling organic warmth beneath the augmentation. The wolf's systems hummed. She could swear she felt a tail wag beneath all that metal. The hour wasn't over, but the test was. Humanity had passed. Not by defeating the challenge, but by remembering what they had always been best at. Turning enemies into friends, predators into partners, and the impossible into just another Tuesday. Above them, the council erupted into chaos. But in the arena, human and wolf stood together, bleeding, unbroken, and ready for whatever came next. And somewhere deep in Aaron's quantum processors, something ancient and wild stirred and remembered when humans had been neither conquerors nor diplomats, but the species that had looked at the wolves in the darkness and said, "Come, join us by the fire. Please follow my channel for more videos. One click from you can change my life."